black man. It's a bunch of racist people in the Senate. And then you look at, as I put out the whole video, well, wait a minute, it's not that. Obama has in his powers executive orders. If he wanted to pass something to help people, he could just pass it, plain and simple. And there's nothing they can really do to stop it except for take it to the Supreme Court, which can't really go against the people if we are backing it up, saying, well, yeah, we want $15 an hour, or we want, healthcare that's going to help everybody. So again, it wasn't about that. It's part of an agenda. It's part of the influence, the control. So you have, take it to 9/11. You have the influence of the media telling you clear as day what's going on, and then boom, before the day ends, Osama bin Laden name ringing out. Osama bin Laden. And it gets into everybody's head, and everybody gets all patriotic. We're going to go to war. We're going to go kill bin Laden. And nobody's paying attention to, the fact that this plane just went through a building, something that's impossible. There's no way a plane hit the Pentagon. Impossible. So there was no plane at Shanksville. We didn't find no seats, no luggage, no people, nothing. Nothing that is, consistent with a plane crash. Everybody forgot all that. All this information started coming out later on. Everybody forgot about it, and everybody went ahead with the war. Even though we went to Iraq and not to Afghanistan, went straight to Iraq, started bombing them for what? And they influenced people to just go along with it. And this is what this is all about. Again, this is the whole satanic power, the whole satanic influence. And you're being influenced through the television. Everybody is. Influenced through the radio. It's all influence. And social media now, with that coming out, it's the biggest influencer of them all. Bigger than the news. Much bigger, because everybody is on social media now. Everybody does things via social media. I mean, we talking now through social media. People text more than they actually talk. And everything that we're seeing going up and down the timelines, all the videos of racist cops, all the videos about racist people saying racist stuff in stores and everything like that, all the racist rants from people, this is influence. It's all leading to something. And again, if you knew somebody was controlling you and doing something to get you to do something that you don't want to do that's going to hurt you, what would you do? Wouldn't you stop it? Would you continue to follow it? You can clearly see that this is a setup. It's a trap. But people still following it. They're still going along with the narrative instead of saying, well, they only showing this because they want me to hate white people. They want me to hate black people. They want me to be ready to fight. They want me to get angry. It's the only reason why they're showing this stuff. They want me to hate Muslims. It's the whole point. They want me to be ready to go to war against these countries. And I'm going to show you these kids that we actually killed in Syria. I'm going to show you these kids and get you upset about Assad and get you to back the war and go in there, to bomb them. And that's the whole point again of 9/11. We're going to influence the people to allow us to place all these laws and take away their freedom and liberty, to scare them to the point where, they give up freely their freedom. And it's basically what they have done. So when you look at how so many people was basically deceived by Obama, I mean, people are still, so many black people influenced by Obama, deceived by him, still to this day defending Obama like he was the greatest, thing that ever happened to black people. When so many black people have been killed under his watch during his 8 years as president. So many people defending him and still influenced by him. He ain't even in the White House no more. And they still, I see on Facebook, Twitter all the time, people still supporting Obama and still saying that he was the best thing when, look at how many people was killed and he did nothing. He did nothing for black people. It's just that simple. He was there for influence. Influence over Africa. Influence over us. And it worked, and it's over. He did his job. He moved on. You are suffering from what he did. You are experiencing the effects of his administration, whether you realize it or not. So he did his job against you. He influenced you. You chilled. You fell back. You ain't take to the streets and march against Obama. It wasn't a bunch of black people at the White House saying, get Obama out of there. It worked. And same thing, basically, they flipping it now, doing it with Trump. Oh, yeah, we're going to appeal to all these racist white people, get them out in the street fighting. Look how many fights been breaking out because of Trump, stuff he's been saying. Influence. It's all satanic influence. That's what it's all about. It's the whole reason why they get celebrities to endorse products. It's because the influence they know they have on you. Well, I'm going to buy this because, P. Diddy pumping it, 50 Cent pumping it. All these celebrities is pushing this product, so I'm going to buy it. They got Cam Newton and Romper trying to influence that, on black men. If Cam Newton, a strong black brother quarterback, if he could put it on, it must be okay. They're going to have you out there looking like girls. So, influence, it's everything. It's why they pay $5 million for a 30-second spot on Super Bowl. Plain and simple, they understand the power. So if you understand the power of influence on the brain, how it's going to affect the reptilian brain, then this is how you act. This is how you move. They destroying us with influence. That's all it is. It's the power of Satan. It's the real power, influence. So they go to church to be influenced by the preacher, to be influenced. You go there and he's telling you all these stories and basically what you should do. And, people who are Catholic go to see a priest to confess their sins and to be influenced and given, the right direction. Which way should I go? What should I do? Why my life is this way? What's wrong? What's going on? And people so scared of life that they are willing to, trade away their common sense for, anything that they think is going to help them out. And they don't really understand that it's influence. It's up to them. Your own decisions that you make. If you make a decision that's going to benefit you, you can't go wrong. If you make a risky decision that well, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't do this. It's wrong. I could get away with it, but if I get caught, it's going to be consequences. When you consciously think about stuff like that, it's like, well, I'm not even going to go that route. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do and do what's right. You can't go wrong doing what's right. Shit happens. Sometimes that's life. Shit happens. And you can't, just dwell on that. You got to go around it. You got to, okay, it happened, keep it moving, don't dwell on it. For what? It's over. Nothing you can do, nothing you can say, no matter how you feel about it, it's not going to change. So you are being influenced by your past decisions. You are being influenced by your lower brain decision that you made, and it's basically causing you to make mistakes in your future, your present. So again, relationship-wise, because you went through all that stuff with this dude, and he put you through a lot of stuff, you're letting that influence your next relationship. Influence is the devil. It's satanic. It's you have good influence, of course. You can go that route. But wouldn't you rather be influenced by something that is going to help you out? Yeah, good influence can do that. But a lot of the times when people give you advice and stuff you already know. You just want to hear it from somebody else. There ain't nothing that you didn't know. A lot of stuff that I say, you know this stuff already. A lot of this stuff you understand, you get it. Sometimes some people need to hear it to register, to get it to be like, okay, well, yeah, I knew that already, but, maybe it's the right thing to do. But you know this stuff already. You get it. You understand what I'm saying. And a lot of people don't understand that, no matter who you pray to, no matter, what you do, the only thing that's going to change your life is you. The only thing that's going to put you in a position to be successful is you. Nothing else is going to put you there. Plain and simple. Even if you go scratch a lottery ticket and win and be set for the rest of your life, you still had to go yourself to get that lottery ticket. Even if somebody gave it to you, you still had to scratch it. It's still going to be you. You're going to have to do something, to make it happen. And then even when you get that kind of money, it's up to you to spend it wisely, to keep it, or what have you. So, when you are influenced by, you got people behind you that want a piece of your money, trying to get you to do this. Investors trying to get you to invest in that. Again, it's more influence to try to get you to do stuff that you already understand what you're supposed to be doing. And if you do it and stick to it and be true to yourself, you're going to be straight. You're not going to fall victim to it. So when the Bible is talking about Satan who deceives the nation, to deceive somebody, you have to influence them first. You got to influence them into following what you say. And this is the whole thing is talking about. Satan deceiving the nations into this war, deceiving the people as well. Again, that's the parable it's giving you. So when you look at that versus what's happening in the real world, we can see the influence that this government system has, not just on us, but the world. Everybody's being deceived by America. America's supposed to be, not really, because, if you've been in Europe, they understand, they get it. Like they understand all this false flag. Like they already know. Like when I went to Sweden, they was already talking about, oh, America, bombed Syria with those chemical gases. They understood that it wasn't Assad. So I mean, it's not so many people there deceiving. It's giving you the illusion that they're deceiving the nations, but really the nations is in on this stuff, and you got to understand that. So these people that's ruling is in on it. And you got, again, very few people still in power that's fighting against what they're trying to accomplish. And that's the reason why, we ain't had World War III yet, that they're trying to, push us to. It's the influence, Satan's influence. Again, you can't take the stuff literally. You got to look at the parable. It's not talking about, the stuff in the Bible, straight out. I mean, clear. When the Bible's talking about, I seen a beast with 10 heads, 8 horns and all that. I mean, what kind of beast is that? What kind of fucking beast got 10 heads? Think about it. What you see with 10 heads? You think a beast with 10 heads and 10 crowns and 8 horns and all that stuff going to appear? What is that? So obviously it's talking about something. And people are smart enough to understand that, this is probably referring to all the nations and everything like that. But if you're smart enough to understand that part, that it's talking about a parable, you got to look at the rest of the book as well and say, well, wait a minute, what else could be a parable? So in understanding this whole thing about influence, and one of the reasons why I went through everything I just said is to get you to understand what I'm about to say. Because the influence, and we sit around as black people and we think so much that, we are being deceived, we're being tricked, which is true. This is about us. But you got to understand what the influence is doing. The influence, it's a difference between influence and already being in power. We're being influenced to do things to basically keep us at bay because they understand that we can't really, it's going to take a lot for us to just rise up. But who they really, really have to influence is the people who are in power, and that is white people. Talked about this before. This is who the influence is really geared towards. It's geared towards them. Plain and simple, it's geared towards them because they carry the power to make change, to affect us. When we talk about racism, black people can't be racist because we don't got the power to decide where your child goes to school if you're white. You got the power to decide whether my school gets funding, lunches, whether it gets books. You got the power to decide whether I'm employed, health care, whether I can get a car, a house. We don't got that power. You have that power. White people got that power. The influence is so much on you. But you got to look at it. See, when we say the white man is the devil, when black people say that, you got to understand who is perpetuating that influence, that power. And when you look throughout history, it has always been a European person. And this is not to knock no white people or try to put you down or talk against you. It's something that's a fact that you have to look at and understand, which is why I say you have to choose what side you're going to be on. You're going to be on the right side, or you're going to be on the side of, I don't give a shit. I don't care about any of you people. This is about survival. And my race is on top, and we dominating, and I'm riding with my race. Forgetting that so many white people died in 9/11, Pearl Harbor. Yeah, they're killing y'all too. Look how many white people lost their houses in 2008. So many people. Go to Skid Row, California. A lot of white people out there. We are both being equally affected. So, you got to understand what you're fighting for. And how the influence is geared mostly towards you. Which is why when Trump got elected, black people say, okay, oh well. It's not going to, influence us one way, or another. It is what it is. We used to being screwed. It was mostly white people who took to the streets pissed off with signs, burning flags. Yeah, white people burning flags. Let a black man be on the news burning the flag. There was no major thing about that, white people burning flags. Even during the Ferguson riot, white people was burning flags. So the influence is gained more towards white people because they can actually affect, and they can actually create the change. They can basically lead the change and lead what's actually going to happen, what's going to take place. They got to influence you guys more because we are already at a low state. We're not in a position of power. So as long as they give us hip-hop, keep us entertained, because we children, and that's how they look at us, stupid black children, we give them hip-hop, I'm going to give them entertainment, and have them reaching and scratching to try to twerk and to try to dance and to try to rap. They're not going to try to be physicists and astronauts and doctors and lawyers. It's something that's actually going to help black people, businessmen and entrepreneurs or what have you. They're going to fight and scratch for that lower brain because they focused on, becoming a rapper or a singer or an actor to get fame. And some people just want fame. They don't give a shit about the money. So we just want fame. I want to be popular. So if you're going to set up a camera to twerk for nothing, no money, you ain't getting paid for it. You're going to disgrace yourself for what? For a like, for a comment. That is some satanic shit right there. That's satanic, demonic influence. So again, you're being tricked. They're keeping you. Let the little kids stay at the little kids' table. I want to affect these white folks that got the money, that got the power to make shit happen. And this is why I said in my video before, it's on y'all. It's on white people. It's not on us. It's on white people to wake up, understand what's going on. You don't got to choose a side. It's not about going against your race. It's about doing what's right. That's going to actually really benefit you. Because when it's all said and done, you're going to have the same problems that we do. You already see that now. You already see that now. I mean, if it was about black and white, it's just, to separate us. If it was really about that, then they wouldn't put y'all underneath this whole dummy system of the Social Security cards, birth certificates, that whole scam. It would just be black people that's being scammed by this. Everybody is. Everybody being scammed by the birth certificate. Everybody being scammed by the Social Security card. And that's around the world. So many countries adopting that system. You shouldn't be going to I thought that was something unique to America until, I joined the Navy and traveled the world and seen that, well, wait a minute. In all these other countries, they got the same kind of system as we do. And what I'm going to get into in the Buddhism DVD, that video is going to come out, you can see how it has to be that the other governments around the world is in on this. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it seemed like it was a deal struck with a lot of these governments to basically hide and change black history, to cover up the fact that they worship black gods. And the only place you're going to find the proof of that is in some of their museums, which I'm shocked they do have some proof because they can't get rid of it. They can't hide it. Talked about this in my whole video on, where the many races of people come from. When you can see that all these races, when you trace their bloodlines back, it goes back to Africa. When you look at their indigenous people, they're dark skinned. So this was covered up intentionally, on purpose. And it's a part of this whole agenda. You see a lot of Asians just consumed by the white skin. They walk around with umbrellas. They do not want to be dark. You have Dominicans killing Haitians for being black when they dark skinned too. What the hell is going on? Influence. Satan's power in the Bible is influence. And that's basically what I really wanted to convey to you guys in this video, to get you to understand the power, the influence of Satan is everywhere. It's everywhere. And it's influencing you, and you are being controlled by it. And it's going to basically eventually lead to the downfall of your life or to the downfall of your success. And we've seen it. And we're going to keep seeing it. So, again, thank you guys for taking the time to watch and support. I hope this sink in to a lot of people's consciousness and a lot of Christians' consciousness, because one of the reasons why I wanted to do this is because Christians need to start understanding the parable of this book. You need to get it and understand what it's really about. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And yeah, I made the videos and everything cheaper, $9.99. I figured that was a good price to get it out, to get people caught up, because I get so many messages from people. And I'm like, damn, man, I talked about this, on the DVD. Some people ask questions about stuff I already put out. And, if you watch the entire video, your questions will be answered. If you get the DVDs, your questions will be answered. So I wanted to make it $9.99 so people can support and be able to get it and hopefully get them all and to catch up, because there's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming up that I'm getting ready to be doing, trips I'm going to take and everything like that. I just got a 4K camera. I'm about to start. My next videos is going to be in 4K. You can watch it in 1080p or what have you, but 4K next video. Yeah, I wanted to get people caught up so they can understand. A lot of people haven't even seen all Saturn Satan. So it's no more excuse. $9.99, no more excuses. $9.99, $10. people should be able to get it. And I seriously believe that, my work and the time I put into this stuff is worth more than $10. Honestly, I think $30 is a really reasonable price, for this kind of information and for the time that it takes to do what I do. But I'm gonna do this for this time, and then I'm not going to raise it back up to $30. I'm gonna lower it to probably $15 or $20 or something like that. Just try to get people to be able to get this information, because again, I want people to get this stuff and to take it in. You're going to go and support something that you really don't need. Trust me, you're going to spend more money on something that's going to basically hinder you or that you don't need. So spend money on your education, something that's going to help you out, and something that's going to basically propel you to a higher level of consciousness and understanding. And you need to get this stuff. You need to know it. So again, I don't think too many people is putting out this kind of information that I put out that's on YouTube. And you're welcome to go and look, but I doubt it. I try to go in and go a little bit deeper, because that's where the real information is. It's not in, to so many other things that a lot of people talk about. It's just, you need to understand, boom, this book right here is in there. And y'all have no idea, man, which is why, again, I'm going to go through every single book of the Bible, every single book, and put it out. It's for people to get put out on DVD, for people to get it from Genesis to Revelations, to understand. I already started it, by the way, so it's going to start coming out Genesis. I'm gonna try to do 3 books at a time, but it's going to be tough. Some books is going to take a whole series. So Genesis is going to come out first, just Genesis. Then I'll do, Exodus, Deuteronomy, Numbers. I might do 3 in one video or 2 in one video, because there's so much information. But we're going to go through the whole 66 books, and we're going to get into it. And while we're doing that, we're going to jump in and out of the Catholic Bible, a lot of the codexes, the Quran, and a lot of other religious books. Also, a lot of other ancient religions, a lot of superstitions and so-called myths and legends or what have you. Of course, Greek mythology and all that's just going to come into play with this whole series, because once you see this and you get it all in, however long it takes for me to do this, once you watch all of these, and you're going to get it. It's going to open up so many other doors to a lot of different things. And I can only put out but so much, but there's so much I haven't put out, which is why I could just keep putting out. So much I haven't put out, but I got to get to other places first. And I think that it's some videos I want to put out, but it's like, damn, I don't think they understand what Daniel was really talking about. So I can't put this out, because then I'm going to have to go into Daniel. It's going to take too long. The video is going to be like 5 hours. So this is why I'm going to do this. So then once you see that series, a lot of the videos I put out, you can be like, oh yeah, that was in Deuteronomy. And you can start understanding this stuff. So I'm going to get into that and do that. And again, my book will be out. It's setbacks, stuff happens. And, I had a almost finished copy that they got like freaking 20 pages mixed. So, I'm waiting for my new date, but it's already in publishing. It's going to come out. Once it's processed and I get that first copy, I'm going to let people know. And I'm going to email a bunch of people that's been following and supporting from day one, so I can make sure I get you guys free copies. And you probably don't know who you are, but you know who you are. I know who you is, trust me. Every time anybody orders anything, I can look and see who's been supporting from day one. 5 subscribers. I think I got 5 subscribers that first day. And I know exactly who they are, and they still been here since then. So, yeah, put that out, and that'll come out. So, yeah, thank all you guys for taking the time to support. And, this sale is going to basically end eventually, probably like June 2nd. So, download, get as many videos as you can now before the price goes back up. Thanks for you guys supporting. It's going to help me out towards my goal of getting this site off the ground, which we started in already. So, the GoFundMe is not doing that well, but it's okay. We're still going to go, as I said, no matter what. But it's going to be something good. It's going to help a lot of people. And I'll start getting into that more, too. So, like I said, there's a lot of things I'm trying to do and accomplish with my time. So, thank you guys for taking the time to watch and support. And, see you guys next video.